This episode of the CYF Podcast is brought to you by the Niagara Falls Ryerson Innovation Hub. Thank you so much for letting us use your amazing podcast studio located right here in downtown Niagara Falls. This episode is also brought to you by the Black Sheep Lounge, home of Black Sheep Roasters and some amazing local coffee. You can get 20% off your order using promo code CYF20 when you go visit their website, blacksheepniagara.com. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt Anthony, and welcome to the CYF Podcast, the show where we go behind the scenes to give you tips and tricks to help you create your future. On today's episode, I'm joined by a very, very long-time friend, colleague, someone who's been involved in the influencer, the marketing, and the fitness space. And without further ado, I would like to welcome to the show, Blake Muracco.
What's going on, guys? Thank you very much for having me on, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to catch up.
Yes, likewise. And thank you so much for coming down to
course.
Where are you living right now, by the way?
I bought a house in Kitchener last year, so just
nice.
In the meantime, fixing that up a little bit, and then I'll be renting that out hopefully next few months.
That's great.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
That's great. Man, well, thank you so much for coming on here. I know it's been a while since we've talked, and
Absolutely.
This is good. Like, this is almost kind of like my therapy in a sense, where I get to catch up with awesome people that I haven't seen in so long, like yourself. And I would just love to know what's going on with you right now, and maybe just like a quick little backstory for people about where you've came from, what you do, and what you're currently up to now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I guess like I was more so the fitness guy, still kind of am. Been in that industry for as long as I can remember now. Going into university, that's what I started doing shows, got my first sponsor, and just slowly starting to branch out. And I've worked with sponsors of all realms, like Movement Watches, Fashion Nova. So I've done the fitness and just kind of the generic niche, but yeah, I'm trying to build my future a little bit more and taking a little bit of a step back from the fitness world. Mm-hmm. Still,
and you grew your Instagram account to like 60,000 followers. Yeah.
It's a little bit different now growing your social media, but like TikTok seems to be the route to go. But
yeah.
I remember staying up all night and just commenting on people's stuff who use the hashtag FitFam or whatever. And I'd stay up, wouldn't sleep, and just try to engage. And that was kind of the way to get organic audience back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
But
So sorry. So what are you currently doing now? You're moving from the fitness world. What are you currently up to now?
So I still am the brand manager. So I do all the social media marketing and athlete management for TC Nutrition, which is a supplement company. And then I'm also working for an investor relations firm. And we do the marketing. I'm not on the marketing side. I'm more of the sales and account managing side for an account for an investor relations firm. We deal with small to medium-sized market cap crypto projects, and then publicly traded companies as well. So just have my hands full with that, and I guess trying to build up my income a little bit more so that we can have that at a steady rate, and then I'll get back to building my personal brand to some extent, but I just want to change the direction that I'm going in. Fitness has always been the thing, but I think there's a lot more to life than just winning a trophy on stage in your underwear.
Totally, for sure. Do you feel like you're entering into the next different chapter of your life right now?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm going to do one more show this year in about 19 weeks.
Great.
Give it one more go. It's been 3 years since I competed, but I still do have a love for that, and I'll forever be that. Hopefully I'm that guy that's 65 years old still kicking ass in the gym. So that's what I want to be. But I think, like you said, like there's so many different avenues, your life can change and like this. And I absolutely love the stock market, trading, all that world.
Are you big into NFTs right now too? As
Fair,
well?
yes, no, yeah. Like that's gonna be definitely the future to some extent.
I think so, for sure.
Yeah, it's not fully understood by everyone yet.
Mm-hmm, totally.
Which is a good time to get in, even with all the crypto space, Bitcoin. I was
absolutely
trying to explain that to my papa the other day.
Yeah, oh my gosh, man. I can only imagine how that conversation was. Yeah.
So, no, it will be 10 years from now, 15 years from now. If you can get in now, it'll be a life-changing decision to make.
Absolutely. Yeah. What crypto are you currently invested in right now?
I don't
not financial advice, but
definitely not financial advice.
But I'm just curious. Yeah, what crypto?
Primarily just the big ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yep.
But everything is pulling back right now, so depending when this airs, it is a good time to buy and get in. So put some money in because. Yeah, like if you think about it, one day there was no such thing as currency. There's no such thing as cash.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a thing. So there has to be a shift. We already pay with our card online. There's no more physical money out there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's inevitable that it's changing.
I agree with that too. Yeah. I think like, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it too all the time. I think to like go into like a restaurant or to go to like an event, like you look at celebrities that are doing that for your NFT, like, if you have like your Meta card or if you have like whatever, like the NFT, you have exclusive access to different things that happen now. I feel like that's just the way to go. And I feel like it's just it's the future. and it's already starting now. I can only imagine in 10 to 15 years from now where it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be like the norm. Like, I feel like this generation, like the younger kids of our generation right now, that's like, they grew up with like TikTok being like the main thing and Snapchat being the thing. It's like, okay, and now we were Facebook and Instagram. So that's that wave. And then the wave like following that, it's like, what's your digital wallet? You know, what's your or you know what I mean? Or like, what's going on with that? What's your NFT collection? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Once it's slowly becoming, all these big companies, Visa, MasterCard, Starbucks, are all like in the States, are all making it a part of how you can pay. So that right there, that like mainstream adoption is showing you that it's literally happening right before your eyes. And some people don't want to believe it. Regardless if you believe it or not, once again, it's not financial advice, it's going to be here.
Yeah.
But
totally.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool time in history right now. Like I just said, cash wasn't a thing one day, and there's a big changes going on right now in the world.
100%.
Yeah.
Could we talk about a little bit about your fitness journey?
Absolutely,
because I was saying to these guys, like,
no, for sure.
I remember growing up, like, relatively smaller kid, right? you know, and now you've transformed to like this like absolute monster of like a bodybuilder, and you have so much motivational tip. Like, what was like the shift in like mindset where you're just like, I'm gonna do this and like fuck everything? Yeah. Like, what was that? What was that moment in time for you?
I was very into sports. I wrestled with the Canadian Olympic team in high school, and I used to go to Brock to train with Marty Calder and Tanya, who were like the head coaches of the Olympic team.
Wow, amazing.
And then at the end of grade 12, I hurt my ankle very, very much in a tournament at the end of the year, and I kind of just said, fuck this, I'm done with sports, and started trying to get bigger, because going into my graduation in grade 12, I was like 124 pounds, and I didn't hit 5 feet tall until going into grade 11. I was like the smallest guy in my class out of males and females. So yeah, I guess
so crazy.
I don't know, just like slowly changed the group that I associated myself with, and they were more into fitness, bodybuilding, that kind of thing, and I just kind of took it and ran with it. I've always been competitive, and it was an individual sport that you literally have no one else to rely on.
You versus you.
Yeah, so you're the one, there's no one watching you do cardio at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's you're going to go do it, or you're going to shit on stage. So at the end of the day, it comes down to that, and I really liked that I could push myself and didn't have to rely on anyone else.
Yeah. So you're saying changing your environment was like step one?
Yeah, I'd say the people that you surround yourself with. And I also think it's amazing to see what your body can do, how you can change and how you can push yourself. And I ate one show 6 weeks out until show day. I was eating white fish, asparagus, and egg whites. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, I coached myself up until last year. I've coached myself the whole time. And so it's maybe not the smartest thing to do, but it was very cool to learn about my body. Now I have one of my best friends coaching me. But it's, I don't know. So my first show, I got second place. And the guy who beat me was 34 years old. I was 19 or 20 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, there was like 60 people in the show in my division. And after that, I came off and I felt like I was a celebrity. Everyone's come up to me, talking to me.
Taking pictures.
And then Muscle Tech reached out to me a few weeks after.
Wow.
I went to Olympia with them, Arnold with them, and it just like that kind of, it showed me physical proof that you can do something with this. And you can take what you're passionate about and what you love and really create a life out of it. Because meals, like, and this isn't me being arrogant, cocky whatsoever.
No, man, this is you sharing your story, you know,
the amount that you, like, I haven't paid for clothes other than, like, now I'm starting to buy a little bit because I want to dress a little nicer, but, like, I haven't paid for clothes in probably, like, 5, 6, 7 years. I have all my watches paid for, my meals paid for, like, everything you could ever think of can come from being an influencer and having that audience, because at the end of the day, it's like, if you can influence people to buy whatever it is you're selling, and you can kind of be that overall marketable person, because you don't just have to be fitness. Like, I would post more lifestyle stuff. That's how I got with Fashion Nova. So it's like,
I was gonna say, how did that story happen with Fashion Nova? Like, how did that happen?
I don't remember if I reached out to them or they reached out to me, but I got like 15 items a month or every 4 posts. So if you made 4 posts in 2 weeks, you can order another 15 items.
Wow.
Yes, I didn't get paid from them. Which is usually what you want to try
Fashion
to do.
Nova is also like a mega massive,
15 million followers on Instagram.
You know what I mean?
So
and they were.
What can you expect?
And I think it was like the stats, like they spend like over like millions, if not billions of dollars, like on marketing, on all influencer marketing,
absolutely.
right? You know what I mean? That's how they build their brand. Right?
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, because I'm on the back end rather of TC Nutrition now, I see all the DMs of people saying, oh, how do I get sponsored by you guys, et cetera, et cetera. And at the end of the day, if I can give anyone advice, it's you need to think about what value are you going to bring to the company that you're working for. And I know you already know this, but it's like I get these messages, and obviously there's no offense here to anyone, but from these individuals with 500 followers.
Totally.
One post, and the post was from 16 months ago, why would a company give you free product? What are you going to bring back to them?
They
exactly.
Won't.
They won't.
They're not. That's just the
but
reality.
No one understands this, and I'm not saying this in a rude way whatsoever. You need to put yourself in the shoes of the company. Mm-hmm. Why would I be giving you free product? Because you're going to bring more eyes to my company. Mm-hmm. You're going to bring more sales. There needs to be some benefit here. Unreal content. Mm-hmm. It's like content, sales, it's community involvement. You're a positive guy. Even if your content isn't awesome, you're showing everyone, you're making that omnipresence for the brand you're working for, where it's, holy shit, TC, or whatever it is. Yeah. And you just need to think about, at the end of the day, what benefit are you bringing to the company? And that's if you want to get into the influencer world there.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I love that.
On there, but yeah.
Yeah. No, man, and I think that's amazing. Like, so you have one more show coming up with this, and then what's the next step after that in terms of the fitness journey? You're just gonna take it on pause for a bit, or are you still doing personal training too as well?
I coach a few people online. There was a time when I had like 45 people online that were
wow.
coaching. Yeah, but it's just.
And you were doing that all by yourself, or did you?
Yeah, no, just by myself. I was in university, and
that's impressive.
It
man.
was
good for you.
It was an interesting kind of time to go through, and I did enjoy it, but I don't know. Like I want to help people, but it wasn't my true calling. I guess I still have a handful of people right now. Just I've worked with them for 4 or 5 years. Right. So I just kept them forever.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, so we're gonna do one more show this year, and then hang it up. But it was a great journey. I learned a lot about myself, and fitness will forever be a part of my life. It gave me everything I had today. None of this would have been possible if I didn't start getting into fitness, because every opportunity has breed from that, and I think everything happens for a reason, and the cards kind of just fell into play how they did.
Yeah I love that. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
What's because one of the big aspects with this show is I want people to like dive behind the scenes of like how this stuff like actually like happened. So could you walk us through getting like your first sponsored deal? Like, how did that work? Who was it with? You know, if you want to talk about the money aspect with it too, if there was none, please, the floor is yours.
At the beginning, you need to, like I said, provide value to the company. And I spoke to the athlete manager of Muscle Tech, and just creating that organic conversation with them and show them that you genuinely love the brand, because at the end of the day, people can see right through your shit. If you're a sellout on Instagram, they're going to see why the hell. Like, I've gotten teeth whitening kits, people sent them to me. I'm never going to fucking promote that.
Right.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that guy smiling.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a sellout thing to do. And it's like, you need to be organic and genuine with how you speak and what you're promoting online. But you need to talk to the right people, show the genuine love for the brand, show the value there. I think you also have to reach out, because opportunities, I don't think luck should even be a word in this world. I think luck is a term for when preparation meets opportunity.
100%.
And you need to be prepared for when that opportunity comes. Luck is bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate when people say, Blake, you're so fucking lucky you get all these free supplements. Like,
you
like, and this is.
Do you wake up at 5 a.m. and hit the gym?
You haven't been working out for 6 years
yes.
straight.
Yeah.
You haven't been staying up all night on Instagram trying to engage with people to get them to follow you. You need to build your audience yourself, your community, and like, if you want to get paid, if you want to get supplements, you need to show some value. And luck is so fucking stupid.
I completely agree with you with that. So what was the first company that reached out to you, or that you got the first deal?
I talked to a few supplement companies first. It was like Cygen, Fusion Muscle, and then Muscle Tech.
So Muscle Tech was the one that was
signed with.
Okay.
They were like, I think they still are North America's #1 selling supplement company wise, because they have all the sister brands like Hydroxycut, all that stuff.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, I worked with them first, and then Jed from Jed North contacted me and asked me if I wanted to be the marketing manager there. So then I ended up, I thought it was just being like an athlete or whatever for them.
Yeah.
But then I ended up running that whole. I signed Chris Bumstead, I signed Logan, like I signed all those guys. So I made unbelievable amount of connections there.
Yeah.
And that's when my Instagram really started getting more traction, when they posted me on their page, so I got all their eyes. Yeah. And then from there, once you have a certain number of followers, you can pretty much reach out to anyone. If you can make it genuine to some extent, or like there's some explanation why you'd want it, like Fashion Nova clothes, movement watches, like you have that engagement, you have that community now behind you, you can get whatever the fuck you want.
Totally.
So I think you need to find your niche and find what you can start getting followers on, gaining followers. But the sky's the limit for what you can get there. So it's reaching out to companies is a lot more people. Like, they aren't going to message you.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they aren't going to message you.
Totally.
Unless you're going viral on something, don't be afraid to reach out. What's the worst they're going to say? No.
Yeah.
And I guess movement watches I reached out to as well. They supplement company wise, it was like connected through friends. Talk to people. That's like
that's the biggest thing.
You talk to people. Oh, I know that guy Matt. He runs a podcast. Maybe you guys should talk about going on there.
Totally,
yeah. And that's like you build up your circle, I guess, to some extent,
and your network.
Yeah, and that's where you really make the connections of. People know that you're this guy, they're going to connect you with their friend that's looking for this guy.
Totally.
That goes for anything, business, whatever you're looking at.
100%.
So it's applicable everywhere.
Yeah. But could you walk us through like your daily routine of like when you first started the grind of like doing everything? What would what would you eat? What time would you wake up? How many hours were you putting into fitness, personal work, and where that is now?
So I'll give you the Jed North rundown when I worked at Jed North.
And how long ago was this?
This would have been 3.5, 4 years ago.
Okay.
So that was already me doing shows. I've done nationals. I've like done a few shows in North America. And when I was working at Jed North, I had to be at the office at 9. I left at 5:30. It was an hour and 45-minute drive through Toronto traffic, hour and 45-minute drive back.
Wow.
I'd wake up at like 5:36, go to the gym and do my cardio, come back, cook for the day, pack my stuff, and have to be on the road by about 7:15. So then 7:15, I drive there, work all day till 5:30, drive back, get home at about 7:15, and I just go right to the gym, work out for about an hour and a half. And then by the time I got back, it was about 9 o'clock. I tried to do my laundry or something, and I'd have to get back to bed because I'd have to be up again the next day at like 5 a.m. So, or 5, 6 a.m. depending how everything goes to play. But you need to fit your grocery shopping in there. There's lots of things, and obviously there's more traffic. There's accident every day on the 401.
Yeah.
But yeah, like hard work works at the end of the day, and that's a saying that I love because like going back to the luck thing, it's not bullshit. Like I work as much as I do now. Like I work 80 hours a week now because I love what I do, but because I also see my future and I know that the potential is there, and no one's gonna fucking hand you anything in life.
I agree.
Never
100%.
ever.
Yeah.
If you want something, you need to go and do it. If you want to make money, you need to have money. You can't make money without having money. If like it just work. If you talk to any successful 50, whatever, even 35 to 80-year-old individual, they're going to tell you work fucking hard.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There's no secret to life.
Yeah.
It is the simplest but the most difficult concept to comprehend because it is so simple that all you have to do is put in the work.
Yeah, and you have to stay consistent.
And that's the most difficult part because it's
it
simple.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is do the same damn thing every
day.
fucking day for years, and something will happen.
Yeah.
Hard work meets opportunity. Yeah. That's where your luck comes into play. So to actually fucking eat shit and do that for years.
Yeah.
Elon Musk used to sleep on the floor of his office every day because he couldn't afford somewhere to rent.
Yeah.
3 years after that, he bought one of 62 McLarens in the world.
Yeah.
For $1 million. Just like you need to eat shit for a period of time. Gary Vee always says this if you want to be anywhere in life. So it's like that's why I was going to the gym twice a day, trying to fit in everything else. Still trying to post for myself once a day. I was waking up Christmas morning. Jed texted me because the website went down and I got in shit for it. Right. I was sitting with my family opening presents. It's like at the end of the day, you need to make sacrifices in life. And if people in your life can't understand that, that's not the people that you have to surround yourself with.
That's a big thing
which
too.
Sucks.
Yes.
But it's a fucking eye opener. If there's a girl, guys, that's telling you, call me when you're at the gym, you need to be telling me where you are all the time, I don't want you on your phone all the time, like
dump.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yes, no, for sure. Or cut ties because that's not going to align with what it is that you're doing. Yeah, 100%.
And once again, it will come down to your priorities, though, because if you want to be that regular Joe 9-to-5 guy, amazing. That's what makes you happy. I fucking love that for you.
Yeah.
But if you
there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I tell people that all the time. That's amazing. But if you want to be that person that, holy shit. Is that Blake Muracco?
Yeah.
I went to school with him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to fucking be. And we're going to watch this podcast in 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And that's me fucking saying that right now.
Yeah.
And that will be the truth.
Yeah. It is.
So it's just like, and you want to know a secret? I'll tell you guys this. I've never told anyone this.
I love it. Let's go.
I take videos of myself every few weeks so that I can play them when I speak to people in the future.
Wow.
This is me.
Making a promise
at 2 a.m.
and a commitment to yourself.
Working on my computer right now. Grinding.
Yeah.
Working hard towards something that I want.
Yeah.
And when in 10 years from now, when I'm speaking to 50,000 people, I'm going to play this on the projector behind me. You need to fucking believe in yourself before anyone else does.
Yeah.
No one is there patting you on the back saying, good fucking job for staying up late. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, no one cares.
Most people are either mad at you because they came from Niagara Falls, Ontario. Mm-hmm. They were given the same fucking hand that you were given, but they made nothing of it.
100%.
So that for you to succeed, they're pissed at you.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Dude, for sure. And this is something that we even talk about, like, being around people, it's like no one wants to see you do better than them.
Very few.
Very few.
Very few.
And dude, like that's the thing. I haven't seen or really caught up with you in so long, and I'm just like, dude, I want to know what's going on. Yeah. Tell me that you're killing it. Talk about financials afterward, or what I mean. It's like I want to know like what's going on, what's setting your soul on fire, and what's firing you up. Yeah. So and like I genuinely love seeing that for like my friends or people who are in the industry is doing it. And that's how it should be. But it's not because
it's rare.
And I feel like those insecurities come up because like where it's like, well, they're maybe like jealous or insecure, they have like a fear of doing it, and whatever the reason is, but it's like I feel like in today's day and age, we're so divisive, and social media, and especially over the course of COVID, has become a fucking war zone.
Horrible.
In terms of just like, if you're not left, then you're right. If you're not right, then you're right. It's like
everyone's fighting with everyone.
Everyone's fighting everyone. It's like, bro, why don't we have just one thing, and then we all have to remember that there's one race that exists in the world, and it's the fucking human race. We're all human. We all need to get along, and we all need to help each other.
You go down the wrong aisle in the grocery store, you get bitched at now.
Yeah,
I know, it's as simple as that.
Oh my god, it's like
you're supposed to go the other way.
It's like, dude, just relax.
I know. Everyone just wants. It's like a reason to fight everyone now. It's like the power trip with the whatever. If you want to wear your mask, you don't wear your mask, whatever. But it's just like everyone's out to get each other now, and it's not how it's supposed to be in this world. Yeah. Everyone should want to see each other win, and everyone should want to see each other happy. That's 100%. We need to go back to that. We're going backwards.
How's your mental health been in terms of like COVID to what it is now?
I would say so. Last year, I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. I slept in my car half the nights. I stayed at my friend's house, random friend's house, to live with my aunt for a little bit while I was trying to buy a house. I went from probably the lowest in my life last year to the absolute highest ever even possible. I cannot even believe how good I am right now.
Wow.
Like I like, it blows my mind how fast life can change. A year ago now, I'm looking at photos and how fucking shitty I felt, and now I'm like, I could not be fazed by anything. I feel like I'm on top of the world. Cards are slowly falling into play, and it's like my life's slowly starting to work out. So it's like,
what happened with that? Like, what happened with that made you like that change, or like that?
So this is like the most difficult thing I think I've ever, is you need to be okay with being by yourself. And it's like such a cliche saying, but I've gone from like girlfriend to girlfriend, and it's always having someone to rely on and talk to and vent to or whatever, which is important. Absolutely. Totally. Absolutely. Yeah. But if you don't love yourself first, and as corny and cliche as that is,
I agree.
It's the truth. And I don't think I didn't understand what that meant when people would tell me. But now I truly understand what that means. You need to be 100% okay with where you are in life, or you will not accomplish anything. You need to be so content with yourself. You'll never be ready to open up to someone else until you are fully in love with yourself.
I agree. I agree with that so importantly, because like, how can you give 100% to someone else, like your partner or whoever, if you're not at 100%, you know what I mean? And like, and that goes for like your mental, your physical health. You know what I mean? I agree that almost like, obviously coming from fitness world, but you being in, I would say, in great shape in all aspects, you know what I mean? Like, where would you say in terms of like your mental health and in terms of priority to your physical health, where does that kind of work with? Because I know you're big in this too, so I would love to know your thoughts on that. The question was mental health in comparison to your physical health. Yeah, so we'll let you just.
Yep. All right, so I think that this is a question that has a fine line, because what I've been doing in the bodybuilding world is the worst thing for your mental and physical health possible.
Really?
When you're eating, you're starving your body, you have more muscle than you need to have. Your body doesn't want, like, it's like you're contradicting everything that your body wants to do. You're doing complete opposite. And mentally, it is horrible. You can't go out and do things with friends. You can't go and have it. Like, I went to a company dinner. It's like, come on, man, one rum and Coke won't kill you. One rum and Coke won't kill you. And it's like it will. Like, it's like, here's the thing. It will if you have the mindset where you want to win. If you don't really give a shit and you're just going to participate, it won't kill you. Go ahead, do whatever you want.
I love that.
But if you're...
Dude, that was so subtle, but like a big, like, that's so true, though. Like that. I feel like, everyone should take note of that. Like, seriously, if you want to really, like,
if you want to go all in, you need to... There's zero room for error. There's zero room for mistakes and little slip-ups and stuff like that, especially when it's things that you can control. When it's factors like not eating that Reese's peanut butter cup, it's like for me, I'm at the mindset now where if I ate that 16 weeks out from a show, if show day I got second place, I look back, I fucking ate that peanut butter cup.
Right.
I shouldn't have ate that peanut butter cup. That would have made me that 1% better.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a psychotic way to think, but it's the truth.
No, I agree. It's because you're being like so hyper focused and so aware of what's going on. So it's like you want to make the best of it, right?
No room for error.
Yeah.
You are controlling all the variables that you can control. You're bringing your best package to the stage, and that's it. So to go back to the question, I think I think exercising in general is the best thing you can do. I think it's something like even through COVID that the government didn't push. Mm-hmm. If you exercise and eat healthy, your immune system's rocking. Yeah. And that's how it should be. It should be a priority in this world. And for them to shut down the gyms is so stupid. And doesn't even make sense. But I think that bodybuilding is the worst thing for your mental health and physical health. Mental health is horrible, especially for females after like the weight gain. Men, it's like still bad, absolutely. But females, the weight gain you get after a show and how your body rebounds and you fuck up your metabolism, it's so hard to get it back. And that is like a big factor in like when girls see themselves, guys too, so don't get me wrong. But when girls see themselves and they've put on 40 pounds in 2 weeks, which is something that is very feasible after you do a show from the water and all that. It's like you look like shit, and then you look back at photos from yourself 2 weeks prior to that. So
and it kind of messes with your head.
That's the thing,
right?
So you need to be anyone that wants to do a show. You need to be very careful after. You need to make sure after you get off stage, you need to basically go back on your diet, and you can slowly wean your way off because if not, you can mentally fuck yourself up.
Really, I love that you shared that because I feel like that's not a big topic of conversation that people see. They're like, look at these chiseled people, they look amazing. Like they got it doesn't matter. They can eat like 40 burgers and be fine. It's wild.
If you talk to anyone at a show, they feel like shit. You can't drink any water 24 hours before the show. You basically eaten next to nothing because you want to keep your stomach small. You haven't slept because the last few days you usually don't sleep before a show. It's like what the saying is, the worse you feel, the better you look. That's like the rule of thumb going
in the industry there.
Yeah, at the end of it, for the most part, Wow,
that's insane.
Unfortunate truth.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Could you walk us through now? So now it's like fitness journey, Blake Muracco. You were trained to be Mr. Olympia at one point too.
That was my goal.
That was
3 years ago. If I was here, I'm still gonna be Mr. Olympia by the time I'm 26 or whatever. I wanted to be men's physique Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
But I just realized that there is so much more to life, and it's obviously like there's a lot of things that go into it, but it's not healthy. Like there's a lot of bodybuilders that have been passing away, and now it's not healthy in general. If you see a 400-pound individual, their heart can't work to pump around the blood. So whether that's muscle or fat, it doesn't matter. It's like your heart can only work so hard. So when they get up to those extreme weights, it's like bodybuilding is not healthy by any stretch of the word. Right. You see these people that look like they're healthy with six-pack and shredded. It's not healthy for you at all, physically or mentally.
So with that being said, now after you like that fitness journey and now you're kind of like pivoting your goals and your priorities, what do the next 5 years kind of look like for you in terms of like personal, professional, business wise too as well? I know it's a big question, but what does that look like for you?
So we're gonna do one more show, and I want to do that because I want to like do it for myself, but also I've worked with one of my best friends in the world, Matt, and he's helped me. We've been working together the past 2 years, and I want to win this for him a lot. Like that's like a big portion that's going into this. That's why I'm doing it, because I want to be I want to add to his resume so that he can get more clients. I fucking love that guy.
Nice. That's great.
After that, I want to stay healthy and continue to exercise and still kind of look like how I do. But I want to be able to go out and have that rum and coke with some friends. I want to go out and have a burger when I want to have a damn burger. Yeah. So I would say I'll maintain where I'm at. I want to have 10 properties, but before I turn 35, that's my minimum goal there.
That's a big goal.
That's my minimum
goal. Like Airbnb, rentals, short-term, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So we'll see where we're going to go with that, but that's been my goal for a while. So that's I guess that's over next 9 years. 5 years, I guess. I want to have one by the end of this year, and then we'll see what goes from there. The more you have, the more difficult it is to get approved by the bank because they want it blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I guess property-wise, I would love to be married and have kids, at least one kid by then, but I pushed back. When I was growing up, and I think that this is something that a lot of us think about how society's bred us to be, is you need to finish school, get married, have a kid by the time you're 24 years old, settle down, get a 9-to-5 job, and that's it.
Go on 2 vacations a year, retire in Florida, and die.
And that's it. Yeah, sounds about right.
And fuck all of that. Yeah, like
wear
literally.
A floral shirt in Florida and get sunburnt everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's so not for me.
And
it's not for you at all.
And like the thing is, I was an EA in a kindergarten classroom for 2 years. I love kids.
Yeah.
I'm at the grocery store. We're chasing around each other in between the aisles with some random kid. I bring Kobe on a walk. We're stopping and talking to the kid for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I absolutely love kids. But I know that I'm not at the point in my life where I feel comfortable enough to have one yet, because there's so much more I want to accomplish. And I want to make sure I have time to prioritize my time with them.
Totally.
So I'm trying to be responsible here and make sure it's the right time. I think if you want to have I know females, like after 35, it's harder to or whatever, but if you want to have a kid at 32, 33, 34, no one cares. Everyone's life is different. You don't need to compare yourself to everyone else.
Yeah.
So
I think that's such a big thing too. It's like, I feel like now it's like, we're getting closer, like we're closer to 30 now than 25.
Yeah,
you know,
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you know what I mean?
I know.
But it's like you're seeing your kid, like, you know, getting married, having kids, doing all this stuff. It's like, and social media, you know, it's amazing. There's so many things, but it's also, you can play the comparison game with that. And it's so toxic, right? For your mental health. And it's like, that's one thing that that's one of the reasons why I named the podcast as Create Your Future. It's like, it's all about what the fuck you want to do for your future, what you want to do. It doesn't matter. Everyone's path is completely different. And it's like, we can learn from real life experience of like, okay, maybe this will apply to me, maybe this isn't, but at the end of the day, this is my life, this is my decision.
It is.
Right?
And it does throw you off. I don't go on Facebook too frequently, but when you do, I see people that were in grade 9 when I was in grade 12 that already have a baby and are already married.
I know.
And that's...
Or 2.
I know. It's unbelievable to think about.
Yeah.
One of my best friends in high school has 2 babies now, and it's like, I can't even picture him. Because the person I remember, it's like, I can't believe that person is a dad now.
I know.
So it's pretty eye-opening and crazy, but you just need to go at your own pace. Don't compare yourself to others, and I think that's the most difficult thing to do with how social media is now. Yeah. Unfortunately. So take some time off social media. I didn't go on Instagram once yesterday, basically. Wow. And it's just like, you need to take time for yourself and do that, because it's like you're getting a false sense of like pleasure when you're watching videos like that. Even like when you're watching like girls, like the guys are watching girls like do seductive poses in little bikinis and stuff. It's like, that's so bad for your mental health. Watching porn, all that stuff is all so bad for you. It's like, you need to get away from that and stop giving yourself that like serotonin from your phone and get outside, do something else. It's more the life than just that. Obviously, like I'm very grateful with how technology is, because you can build a life from your phone. You totally can. But it's definitely like a double-edged sword there. You gotta know how to utilize it, right? You know, like you said, it's like we've all been given the same opportunity, right? It's all about how you utilize it. Absolutely. And man, I think that's great that you have that goal of, you know, getting 10 properties, knowing when to prioritize to have a kid to do it. I'm the same way too. No, I want to be a rock star dad. There you go. Know what I want? I want to do the funny videos and dress my kid up in like funny weird shit, do like the funny pranks and stuff. Like I want to do all of that stuff, but I know that's gonna come at a point in time where I can allocate that time where it's like I'm not burnt out, or I feel like I'm struggling with myself because I didn't achieve this by this time or whatever, you know. And you know, part of me is just like, well, you know, dude, it's like if you did this when you were like 19 or 20, it would have been a different story. But at the end of the day, that's not my story, though. No. My story is happening right now. Damn right. You know? Absolutely. The last thing you want to do is die with regret. You don't want to be on your deathbed and think, fuck, I wish I started this earlier. I wish I didn't wait. I wish I waited longer for this, that kind of thing. So you can't even like, I wish I invested in Bitcoin 10 years ago. It's like, I absolutely do. I'd be a millionaire right now, billionaire, but I didn't. So it's like, you need to, it's like right now, May 22nd or whatever it is, this is your opportunity. You can't look in the past. The past is whatever now. It's what are you going to do forward to create the future that you want so that you can be happy in life. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. We're going to clip that one. Create your future in life. Yeah, that's huge. That's awesome. Well, man, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on to the pod. Like, I really appreciate it. Before we wrap this up, what's the best piece of advice? We ask this to almost every guest. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received and best piece of advice that you've ever given? Ooh, best received. Best received and best given. I don't know. I guess that... Or one of them. I know there's fair. A lot. Yeah. I guess, like, I even posted this on my Instagram a little bit ago. It's like, kind of what I said earlier. At the end of the day, no one cares. No one... And this sucks to say, your parents care and that kind of thing, but you're the only one looking yourself in the mirror at the end of the night, and you're the only one who can tell yourself, I did what I needed to do today to be successful going forward. I woke up and I went to bed and I did something today beneficial for my future. So I think if you were to summarize that, it's you need to be the one that believes in yourself. At the end of the day, no one else is here to push you. Yeah. That's it. It's like, and that is so simple, and I don't think even anyone will understand that. Most people won't understand that by me just saying it, but you need to break that down and see at the end of the day, your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, they're not there with you working. They're not there with you going to bed. Like, it's like you need to do whatever you want. who's Gary Vaynerchuk's wife? No one knows.
Exactly.
Who's Elon Musk's wife? No one knows.
Yeah.
Like, other than, like, you are your own person. You need to prioritize yourself so that you can have the life you want to live, and then you bring other people into it.
Yeah.
So
I love
build
that.
towards that.
Build towards
I
that.
guess
Build yourself.
Yeah.
Work on yourself.
Yes,
Because
sir.
at the end of the day, you're sleeping by yourself.
That's
you
it.
know what I mean?
Yep.
So
You're
that's
the
that.
one in your own head.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah. That's it.
That's awesome.
I love
man.
it.
I love seeing you do well, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
likewise.
awesome.
It's good.
Nice
It's good.
little chat.
It's good to see you do well too, and I wish you nothing but success with,
Appreciate that.
with all that you do.
Likewise.
Final plug for where people can find you, or what do you want people to check out right now?
So I guess my Instagram is at Blake Muracco _ Muracco, and yeah, that's about it. I just honestly I don't want anything back. I just want you guys to go and do something with your life. I want you guys to take one sentence away from what I just said and apply it to what you're going to do to help benefit your future.
I love that.
That's it.
I love it. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast,
Of course, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the CYF Podcast. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in a future episode. Peace!